So I'm going to show everyone how to make a BRSTM. There's going to be two ways that I'm going to show. The first off is the lazy ass way where it sounds like you're playing an iPod on repeat, which sounds retarded and lame when being played through a video game software. That I'm going to teach first, which is the BrawlBox basics for those that come into our chat saying how do I make a BRSTM. I don't care if it fades out. And then I'm going to teach how to actually loop it really accurately, like to the point where you can loop even Skrillex dubstep remixes of everything. But I'm going to use something simple as an example for both of these scenarios, and it's up to you how you apply it. Now, first off, I'm going to go with those that just like to throw MP3 to BRSTM. Now, I don't recommend using the BCM GUI because that thing makes it sound really horrible, which let's go over how it will sound if you do use the lazy converter because you're really lazy. I'm guessing you don't want something that sounds like that, so don't use the stupid application at all, please. Now instead, what we're going to do here is say we want this one, which is an MP3. Take any converter you want and convert it to a WAV, because BrawlBox will not accept anything that is not PCM. If you do not know what these technical details are, then just overlook it and just go with the fact that it has to be this .wav format, and no, changing the .mp3 to .wav does not count. It's the inside of the file that count, not the name of it. So we're gonna go ahead and convert this lazily. And take our WAV here. I'm going to move that here for now to make things easier. And we're going to open up BrawlBox. File. New. If you people have gone to school and typed stuff in Microsoft Word to type out essays, you know what file a new is. This is not rocket science. And new BRSTM, and load this up and just click OK. And then go ahead and save. And done. See how easy that was? Now I'm going to go and demonstrate how to actually properly loop these suckers, and which will get rid of the need to convert it in the first place using Sony Acid. Sony Acid is not free. If you do not have this, you need to go and get it now. You cannot do this loop accuracy tool in Audacity. Audacity does not have the loop tool, which you see right here, which is highlighted in bold and is turned on by the fact that this button is clicked down. Okay, so I'm going to use this song right here. Drop this in here. Let's check out the waveforms. Let me check this out. Okay, this looks good. Now you want to remove silence from the beginning. So let's go ahead and press the S key here and split this up and delete that chunk, and then drag this out of the beginning. Now let's go ahead and look for our loop points right here. So notice how I can scroll and zoom in and zoom out. You can't zoom in BrawlBox, so you're gonna have to be really precise in BrawlBox. Whereas here you can zoom in and drag it even more finer tune. Now notice how I'm moving the mouse freely and still zooming in. I'm using something called a scroll wheel on a mouse. I know, rocket science, right? It's like everyone likes to click the little thing and drag it, and then the thing goes flying all the way fast when you only want to move it like a little notch. That's what the scroll wheel is for. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for the loop points now, and you will see how easy it is and how accurate I am able to loop things. Okay, right here is our end loop. We won't have to mark and put that in BRSTM because what BRSTM is doing is essentially trimming out everything after the end loop, re-rendering it, and then setting the loop start point to what you set the loop start to. It would be really stupid to waste space on a file and encode a bunch of crap and have a bunch of crap after the end loop play at all. It would be stupid. Simple as that. Okay, found the loop start right here. Zooming in, putting it right there. Let's test this out. Loops perfectly, does it not? Press the R key on the keyboard to mark the loop points. Let's go ahead and mess with this just to make sure that it does stay accurate. There we go. And drag this all the way to the start. Render. Poop. Just gonna render this as a wave. Make sure render loop region only is checked, and render. Okay, now this count over here, you've been noticing it's like really high. When you first have installed Sony Acid, it will be set to something like this. Just right click on the timer and select samples so that it reads it in the format BRSTM wants. Let's go ahead and open up BRSTM. Let's bring this here, bring Sony Acid back up, please. Okay, file, new, BRSTM. Let's load this up. And this loop point here, we're going to type that in here. So 201.622. Let's try this out and see if it works. Looks like it worked perfectly, and you have made yourself a really perfect BRSTM loop. Now we can go ahead and save as a BRSTM, and you're done. That is literally it. This is why BRSTM is the easiest thing ever, but people sometimes make it out to be the hardest thing ever, like it's rocket science. Because you have to do a bunch of stuff and hop on one leg while putting your right hand in and your right hand out at the same time. So there you have it. Enjoy it! Up next, in audio hacking, I'm going to be showing how to do multi-channels, and it will require Sony Acid, BRSTM, and Audacity. You'll see why you'll need Audacity and Sony Acid later on. Sony Acid obviously so that we can layer and loop. Audacity is going to be how we split them to mono, which is what the multi-channel build is going to want. And through my tutorial for the multi-channels, you will not be doing fake stereo at all. That will be forbidden, and I'll show you how to layer multiple versions of a song to share the same loop points and to actually play in true stereo in a multi-channel environment. And you will see how amazing your results can be when you actually build your own multi-channel. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.